your boy Bleed. Everybody listen up. Let's get it. I'm trying to put money in your pocket. That crypto wallet. That bing bada bing ching ching big profit. Even when the market's sideways, I'm looking for ways to get paid. I'm checking my coins around breakfast, then again around bedtime. Bet this, it's not financial advice, but I'm always right. 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 Party, I'm a real go-getter. Rock a fur coat, but it's not chinchilla. Who's that dude with the master plan? It's Mr. Pinecone with the mic in my hand. I ball on a budget, got a bag full of nuggets. Living life to the fullest before I'm kicking the bucket. No time for the haters, I'm the meat and potatoes. I'm the product of Anunnaki and godly invaders. You wanna go down the rabbit hole? Well, come along with me. Let me phone comb. Let me take you on a trip to the Pleiades or the Seven Seas. We can sail them all. Bring your dungarees and your toothbrush, your knapsack. We'll have a nightcap, then I'll bring you back. Mr. Pinecone's come a long, long way, so everybody get sideways. Sing it. I can't wait till Friday. Everybody's getting sideways. Pass the bottle back my way. Everybody's getting sideways.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Bleaves. Welcome to Bedtime with Bleaves, where I'm here to tuck you in with all the news that you've been waiting for all day long to find out. And I think our big story today is going to be Terra Luna Classic, because there's a whole lot seems to be going on in the background with Terra Luna Classic right now. And it's not, none of it's bad, but it is kind of alarming that all of this stuff is happening all at once. For those of you that don't know, Terraform Labs basically shut down the station wallet today, and said that they were going to do it. There was information saying that by the end of this year they were going to do it. And they just decided to pull the plug at that moment and left everybody stranded. They were not being difficult about it. They just decided that they didn't want to financially support it anymore. So they just moved on and left an unworking and unregistered wallet just kind of sitting there. So everybody who has money on station, including me, everybody was denied access to their funds for a little while. And of course it feels like, oh my God, we're having another one of these moments. And it ends up, they're swapped over to a new server, let somebody else take over. And now the rebels are working on getting themselves set up with a new wallet. And they're, is taking over everything. All they're doing is just getting away from, what do you call it? The Terraform Labs people, they're just getting away from them. So if they're away, then I think that, we're in a better place overall. So that's what happened. And it was crazy, but that's what happened. So let's get into, first of all, the news. Okay, I predicted that we would have a kind of a sideways day, and then we got really bad news in the Dow Jones market. Nothing horrible, but we're getting retail numbers that were coming in that were not looking very sharp. Tesla cutting production, all of these things start to kind of play out, and then we got the announcement from China that China was easing up all their restrictions on COVID, which means the world is about to open back up. Now, because China has closed down for so long, production will take a little while to get ramped back up. So we've probably got a couple more weeks of real pain and real problems. And it's going to probably take up to 6 months for supply lines to get completely repaired. But we are now in a situation in which good things are starting to happen. When those things start to break, then that's a good sign for crypto overall. It's not a great sign all over, but it's a good sign. So the next issue is, do we have another shoe to drop? And we'll find that out as the days go by. But the market's trading at 856 billion. That's up 3 billion from earlier today. And the volume is down to 36 billion. Now, the funny thing is the flows are just in and out. Like the flows have not really changed or varied any in a 24-hour period. So generally speaking, you're not up or down on anything. It's just been an odd sort of day where money's coming in, money's going out, and that's just been it. So that's where we are. You can look over here. You can see here that the market is generally green, but again, 0.16, 0.03, 0.13. It's all just window dressing at this point. But there are a couple of things. Binance CEO calls Sam Bankman-Fried one of the greatest fraudsters in history. And yeah, cool. He's right. And we already know that. So we're going to move on from that. And I hope you don't mind that we're not going to cover. We're going to talk where there's a couple of headlines. We're going to touch on a few headlines, but we're really not going to just keep going with FTX. Like, we're going to move on. Sam Bankman-Fried hires defense attorney Mark Cohen, though, which is important news because Mark Cohen also represented Ghislaine Maxwell. And if there's anybody that you really want to hire, it would not seem to me to be that you want to hire the defense attorney for the sex trafficker who lost her court case. It seems a little odd that they would have chosen this person as the representative. And if you're wondering where the money came from, if he's only got $100,000, don't worry. His parents have $120 million that they didn't have a year ago. So, yeah. But Bitcoin, with losses diminishing, is Bitcoin undervalued? And there's a lot going on right now. And guys, there's chart after chart after chart after chart. And we're going to start looking at some of them. But, we're at the end of this bear market for the purpose of the turnaround. And although we're not seeing the pump, we're still seeing, some of the pain that goes along with it. We're seeing the worst part of the bear market because, what's happened is so it used to be when the stock market would dip, you would put your money in Bitcoin because Bitcoin was the hedge against inflation. Well, it's not hedging right now. So it's moving alongside the market. Generally speaking, it's kind of broken away in the last little while, but when the DXY goes down, crypto goes up, but not recently. So, things are different. Things have changed a little bit, and that's causing a lot of reevaluation about the market. And when that happens, that generally tends to mean that something big should be coming. And you can see here, according to Glassnode's weekly on-chain report, Bitcoin realized cap has declined to a level where all capital inflows since May 21 have been wiped out. Although the analysis platform does note a surge in on-chain activity, there is not enough volume to follow through. The FTX collapse witnessed a 4.43 billion all-time high one-day loss. However, losses are decreasing when measured against a weekly moving average. Comparatively, the June sell-off experienced daily losses of over 700 million for nearly 2 weeks. And that was the June sell-off. The June sell-off was caused because that piece of shit Elon Musk sold out his entire Bitcoin portfolio in order to make sure that he had a strong cash position with Tesla. As per the report, the ratio between realized profit and loss had reached a new all-time low. Moreover, the market losses were 14 times more profit-taking events. This is probably in part for the fact that the price action for the 2020 to 22 cycle is higher than the spot price. Extremely low realized profit-loss ratios of this magnitude are historically associated with changes in the macroeconomic environment. Duh, we just said that. According to Glassnode, realized cap has experienced a near full retracement to May of 21 levels. The 2018 cycle, perhaps the most significant mature market analog, has since been surpassed by the current cycle, which has experienced the third largest relative outflow of capital. Realized capital decreased by 16.5%, which is the closest in the system's which is the closest to the current cycle's 17% reduction. According to CryptoQuant, the MRV ratio for Bitcoin has dropped to as low as 0.74. The firm stated that Bitcoin has remained undervalued for 170 days. In 2018, this was the case for 134 days. The indicator assumed values lower than 1 for 300 days during the 2014-15 bear market. At press time, Bitcoin was trading at $16,970 down 1.9 in the last 24 hours. Additionally, the currency is down 75% from its all-time high. So we are now in a position where it is realized on the charts that Bitcoin is extremely undervalued. So the next thing is, you know what, we need that. 1 second. I think we want to play with that image. So the next thing up on this is we're going to need to, in some way, get people attracted back into Bitcoin. And that's going to take a little bit of time. And I'm going to show you that on the chart, as a matter of fact, because I think we're starting to see it. And the only thing that's going to start to slow us back down is going to be, again, these black swan sort of events that we're not predicting, that we're not seeing. Should those be big misses, then we should be in a great position. But ye old paraplegic, moving on, Madison Cawthorn violated ethics rules around the LGB coin, House Ethic Committee says. Now, if you don't remember who Madison Cawthorn is, Madison Cawthorn is the married paraplegic former military veteran who was a Republican in the House of Representatives, who hired his boyfriend. He was married to a woman, by the way, but he hired his boyfriend as his liaison to push him around and stuff like that, called him his assistant. But then photos and stuff came out of them getting a little honky-dunky, get it, girl, get it, boy. You know what I mean? So now he's getting divorced. And it still hasn't come out. But he did start promoting the LGB coin, Let's Go Brandon, which was a slight on Joe Biden. Cawthorn, who lost his re-election bid after controversial photos and victims of him surfaced online, is ordered to donate money to charity and pay a fine. So he actually made out like big time on this. If you look at it, he was holding a bunch here, but he made quite a bit. He promoted the purchase of the token publicly after purchasing 150,000 worth of it. But he took out quite a bit and made a big time profit off of it. So the ethics committee got involved, and there we go. Now, hedge fund Fir Tree sues Grayscale for details on the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, which is going to be fun. Fir Tree wants the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust to resume redemptions and cut fees. So they want to see the details on how they're doing business so that they can audit it themselves to make sure that it's been being done right. Great idea. Just an absolutely banger of an idea. Important thing, again, we're going to keep moving on as quickly as possible here. Will Polygon, partnering with Warner Music to launch a Web3 music platform, push up Matic price? Okay, here is where things are going to get real interesting. At this point in our lives, music is basically free, right? Or at least minimal. And it's had a dramatic effect on the artists themselves. They've had to find different ways. I even had a buddy who was an artist, and he had to sell T-shirts to make money. I mean, that's how bad it was. He had to constantly be on tour or sell T-shirts in order to make money, and that's not a good way to. That's not a good way to do it. Like if you create something, you should be able to profit off of it. And you know, the situation was he wasn't able to profit off of it the way that a normal person should have been able to, or the way somebody would have been able to many years ago. So you know, that brings up a very interesting problem, which was in part solved by Spotify. But if you are a publisher and a writer, then there's a difference in how much you make versus an artist. If you are with a record label, and listen, to give you an example, Everlast, the musician, I don't know if you remember him, but he did songs like Jump Around, very popular song. He makes a lot of money every year off the song Jump Around. But if you take Jump Around out of the mix and you take his other big hit, which was called What It's Like, and it's an acoustic sort of song, then you really might know what it's like. You take those two out of the mix and you leave all of the rest of his songs in his catalog. He is happy with all of the money that he makes with Spotify. He lives a great life with that. He has no complaints about anything because he owns the rights to his music. But he's got a lot of friends who sell more records than him that don't have the publishing rights to their own music, and they are miserable because they're only getting a fraction of what he's getting for more view, for more listens, for more likes, for more of everything. So something's got to change, and this might be the start of it. If Polygon ends up making this partnership with Warner Music and they launch a Web3 music platform, then it's going to be incredibly difficult. We're going to go back to a place where, listen, if you want music, you have to buy the music because now it's on the blockchain, or you'll have to record it from a certain device or something like that. Like, the MP3 market, and of course anybody is going to come around it, but this is just giving another tool to people to add to the potential to continue to help monetize artists who are no longer being monetized in a great way. So, but I think that this does mean that some billion dollar money is going to be thrown at Matic pretty soon. I remember, I think they also have like a something with Coca-Cola or Disney or something like that. Like they seem to have a lot of things going on at Polygon. So I would not sleep on this. And I would say from what I'm watching happen, and remember, Polygon is a layer 2 solution on the Ethereum blockchain. So Ethereum benefits from everything that Polygon does. So if Polygon just becomes this gigantic thing, it's still on the Ethereum blockchain. Ethereum is still what matters. But this token here has an opportunity to have a big, big run. So if you're looking for something that's an altcoin that you don't want to sleep on, you don't want to buy it right now, by the way, it's at 97 cents, I think. And that's not the time to buy Matic right now. There's got to be one more dip coming. So just I wouldn't enter right now, but I would be looking at an entry position very, very soon. And the last piece of news is JP Morgan's Jamie Dimon, who last week was creating a crypto wallet and interested in their own Bitcoin trust fund, now says crypto is a complete sideshow. You know what? Very difficult to argue with him. In this market, it's very complicated to say that there's anything other than the sideshow stuff going on, whether it be Sam Bankman-Fried, who can't shut his mouth and just can't stop apologizing, but also not really revealing anything while still apologizing, while still not revealing and pretending he doesn't know anything, but then being able to explain everything as he says he doesn't know. Like it's really, really weird what's going on. It's weird that what these guys are doing. So for him to say this is a complete sideshow, he's right. But what he's doing right now is he's hedging right now his bets that crypto is going to be the future and that regulation is coming very, very soon, a lot sooner than any of us are going to want or think. And he's going to be at the forefront of it because that's what people like him, that's what they do. He's going to be a leader in the cryptocurrency industry. And he may not even know anything about it, but he knows how to make money. And I got a feeling that he's going to be deeply involved in cryptocurrency very, very, very soon. So don't sleep on Jamie Dimon, because that dirtbag, he will be in your wallet. So let's go look now at the motherfucking charts and find out what is going on with the price actions. So, yeah. All right, guys, being a genius has its advantages, and it's because you can do shit like this. You can create these charts right here, and you can start to notice these little trend lines, and you can make these lines on these charts that show these trend lines, and you can say shit to people, and people can be like, no, bro, it's not going to happen. And then you can see that, holy shit, exactly what we said is going to happen happens. We literally called this line right here saying that this is our bounce point, and what did it do? It bounced. Now, what's the next step? The next step is to fill out this slot, to get into this little channel and keep moving up. This is the overall crypto market. Now, let's go back and let's find where is our where's our collapse. Okay, here's our collapse. This is when all of the stuff with Sam Bankman-Fried started. And what did we do? We ended up with the market going sideways, dipping, giving us some issues, some grief. We tested these bottoms some more, and then what happened? What did we recognize yesterday? Where we got this little. This is now moving in this positive sort of direction. It's moving slowly, but it's moving in this positive sort of direction. So you get closer to Christmas, this thing is actually looking like it's having a moment that would kind of, hey, you're going to get a gift for Christmas. Is what it kind of looks like right now. It's not going to play out that way. This is just this. I'm just showing you right here that there are these lines that are being tested right now, and that we're seeing these things start to play out. What we're going to see very shortly is this line, which again, this is that big line here. We're going to see this line right here start to be used as support, just like we saw this line here end up being used as support, and we broke out. We went back in, but then we broke back out. So same thing over here for Bitcoin. You know, you're kind of looking here. Look, we've been trying to get through 17.5, and you can see right here we were there until SBF fucked it all up for everybody, and now we're just kind of looking at this bearish sort of pennant that broke to the upside. That's exactly what we wanted to see. We're gonna get to 50 basis points, okay? And we're gonna get them, you know, basically a week from tomorrow. That's gonna be the day where we get the announcement, I guess. It'll be the 13th and the 14th. So we'll get the announcement on a Wednesday, and it'll be 50 basis points, and this market will start to send. Now, it may not be crypto that sends, because we still have we still have what I forget what they call Maple's going bankrupt. So it's a crypto lender, and you know they're going to be. It's small, but it still has exposure, just like the whole FTX thing. So you know it's going to have to be dealt with. But you know we can see right here, like we broke to the upside. Now we've got to test this. We've got to use this as support. We got to push this up to 17.5, which could happen in a very quickly. Like you can look at it, you can look at the chart, and you can see how quickly this kind of shit can happen. But you know, look, we were up here at 21,000 just a little while ago. Like we're a month away from we were at 21,000. So you know, don't forget that. Now we look at this, we don't see nearly as much dip, by the way. The amount of right there just doesn't it Ethereum just feels stronger right now. Ethereum just feels a little bit stronger. So we're sitting at 1265 right now. I'm still out, by the way. I'm still just letting this play out just to see what's going to happen. So anyway, let's get into Luna Classic. So what happened with Luna Classic is Terra Station went down, and it turns out that they had deliberately turned it off, and it was Terraform Labs. So it's been migrated over to somebody else. And if you go over to use it, this is what you get. You get a dashboard, you get a working dashboard. You check your wallet. You've got what you want in your wallet. You go check your stake, and you got your. It does take a second because it doesn't go. Request failed with status code 502. So the staking portion is down. It's all being worked on, by the way. So it was showing up a little bit earlier where you could see it. Now it's not working. So, you know, you can also go, by the way, to Rebel. Terra Rebels. and you can go over here to the Rebel Station, and you go into staking here, and you can look at it here. But I don't think that there's been any movement here in the last little while. I think earlier today it was 32,463, but since nothing's going on that chain for right now, I don't think you see any kind of movement. But it's out there and it's available, and you can withdraw it at this point. So let's drop these and let's get into this right here. So Volt is being listed on Poloniex, which is a big time. Look, it's a fairly big time exchange. It ranks number 27th overall on Coinbase. So this is a top 30 crypto exchange. So Volt is on a pump. MMA is on a pump, continuing to have a nice little run. Austin's been pointing it out on Twitter. So if you don't follow Awesome Austin, follow him. He's got a lot of information, a lot of details about that. So I don't know how long it's going to continue to pump. Like, it's my understanding. I don't think they're doing it right when it comes to their exchanges and stuff like that. So I don't think that they're doing it. I think they're just kind of electing to sit idly on the sidelines and let the bear market kind of play out. So I wouldn't do that. I would do more of the Volt move, where I would try to look and get on as many exchanges as I can, because that creates more investors, that creates more enthusiasm. It makes it a lot easier to overcome later on. Get on an exchange that has good volume, that likes metaverse projects, earn enough money off of that one to get another exchange, and just keep doing the same thing. You know what I mean? And pay the extra to get the taxes coming back to you, so that it's so that you can build. So, but WAGMI does have their comic book coming out, and I got 3 whitelist spots. So if anybody needs a copy of the comic book, let me know. PM me. Lillian, the big mover for the day, 48.78. It's on a pump again after another dump, and then after a pump and a dump and a pump and a dump and a pump and a dump. And listen, we got 3 days, and no spoiler alerts. I'm not allowed. Actually, I'm allowed, but I can't say anything. So, but here's what I would say. I feel pretty confident in what these guys are doing, and I'm getting my information firsthand from a developer. And they've spoken, not only have they spoken with Coinbase and the people they originally talked to, but they've also had communication with Zach Siegel. You can remember when he said on Twitter, this is false. The only place you see listings is Coinbase Assets or the Coinbase blog post. And that's fair enough. But after that, they sent him messages. He asked them to send messages, et cetera, et cetera. They've been exchanging messages. And what I'm told is they believe nothing has changed. December 9th is the date. And look, all I'm saying is this. If you happen to see a Coinbase wallet with an enormous supply of Lillian, because it's all on the blockchain, right? So if you see a Coinbase wallet with a large supply of Lillian, you missed. You know what I mean? Sorry about your luck. But I'm told that they believe that they are going on Coinbase, and it'll be on December 9th, and nothing has changed at all. So that's where we are. And like Rodney said today, this market kind of needs something like that. This market needs something like a Lillian being listed on Coinbase, because Saitama, they said they were going on KuCoin and they weren't. Terrarium was Binance.us and it did not happen. And, now here we are. This would be a good win for the communities, especially the negative, shitty people in the community that are always trying to talk down about each and every project. It's a great opportunity, hopefully, to see some positivity out of all of this. Speaking of positivity, if you haven't watched it, Dean at Crypto Stacker has a new AMA up with Terrarium, where they show the Terrarium exchange, what it looks like, so that you can go check it out for yourself. And as soon as they did that, over here, they had a little sell-off because it was buy the rumor, sell the news, like always. And then people realized, oh shit, maybe it's time to get in on this. So now you got a little bit of a pump going. I don't know if it maintains. I don't know if it continues. I don't know if it sticks. But it sure seems like it should at this point. I would think that as an exchange. By the way, they're going to be an exchange not in the United States for starters, but they've already applied for everything to do in the United States. And I don't know the technicalities of it, and I would be kidding if I said I cared, because Binance seems to be doing fine with just Binance.us, and there is a Terrarium exchange.us coming, or Terrarium.us. So they're going to be here in short order. So, we're looking at the dawn of a new centralized exchange. And look, it should be pointed out, if you go to CoinMarketCap and you look at exchanges, and we're just looking at a spot, even if they do derivatives trading, we're just going to look at spot trading, right? We're going to take the top 50, and we're going to show more because we're interested in how many there are. Well, there's 100. And 200 and 241 different centralized exchanges out there. So if you look around here, you see some of these that just don't do anything, that have nothing, that have weekly visits, but that don't have trading. But look, I think these are just falling out of their way. Like, I think these are just disappearing. You see these trust levels over here, very, 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 very low. So I do think that some of these are just, they're just not gonna maintain themselves. Look at how far Hotbit has fallen, down to 180. And remember, that was a big one at one point. So was CoinTiger. CoinTiger at one point was a big one. These guys are falling by the wayside. So this is a tough market to get into. So if they're able to get into it and they're able to make something happen, more power to them. And look at the value of each one of these. I mean, and we're not going to do it right now, but look at the trading, what it's worth, and look at market cap. Market cap is what matters. Go look at the Gate token. Go look at the Gemini token. Go look at the Huobi token. Go look at BitThumb's token, Binance token. Go look. Well, BNB is $300 each one, and it's like the number 4 overall crypto. But these other ones, look at the other ones and look at their tokens and see what their market cap is. It's pretty significant. So if they do a good job, and look, just because you're not equipped, and look, we can all say, we can all reasonably make the statement, Milton is not great with people when it comes to dealing with degens and crypto. And that being the case, that doesn't mean that he's not a good businessman, because, degens are, Jesus fucking Christ, is all I can say. So, Milton might be a really good and effective leader. We just, it's going to take some time. We're going to see it play out, and hopefully it'll play out to a good advantage, and it'll play out to the best. So I'm still holding. I'm still hoping to see something really big happen. 24-hour volume, though, 19 buys, 8 sells. That's not a lot. 6 buys, 3 sells in the last 6 hours. 1 hour, no trading volume. So, you come over here and you look at Lillian, last 24 hours, 122 buys, 69 sells. 6 hours is 38 and 18. 1 hour is 4 and 1. So, trading volume is down on everything. 239 and 28 on Volt. 56 and 9 on Volt. On the last hour, 10 and 1. So, trading volume way down. So we'll see what happens. Hulk is 37.17, down just a little bit. I think it's about to pump again, but we'll see. BRL is at $2.47, and you can't make this shit up. But guess what? I made this shit up, and we put this chart here, and guess what happened? It moved all the way down to this line where I said it was going to go. And what did it do? It started pumping from right there, and here we are. So now we're headed back up. Can we get up to 299? Can we really fill out this chart? I don't know yet. I keep looking, and I keep hoping to see a little bit more strength than what I've been seeing so far, and that's to try to be objective. And I haven't really seen it in a way that I think is going to be healthy. So it's just taken some time. In the last couple of days, they burned 1,000 more tokens, and I still haven't sold, by the way. But pointing out, remember, we sold. We'd done 12,000 in 12 days. Well, now we're at like 20 days, and we just burned 1,000 more. So when you start to look at what's the volume in the last hour, 17 buys and no sells, 28 and 2, but it's small. These are smaller buys and sells because this is based on USDT or USDC and not Ethereum. So there's less fees involved. So it's easier for small trades to be going through. So, you see it pump, and, we'll see how this whole thing plays out. I'm told that Steve has some big plans for the week, and we'll see what those big plans are and how those big plans play out, or not for the week, but for the month. I'm sorry. December is going to be a big month, and I always hope for a big month because, I want to see this thing succeed because I want to be able to take my initial investment out and, maybe profit and then leave a big moon bag in there for a long period of time. By the way, I did just so you guys know, I won't be trading. I won't be trading live. I'll be trading off chain on an OTC transaction because I don't want to wreck the chart out of respect for these guys. These guys have been very respectful to me and this channel. So if I do anything, it's going to be off chain. So just so you guys know, so you might see my bag reduce if you're watching my bag. You might see my bag reduce. You might see my money go up, but you don't see me selling on the chart, and that'll be why. And then RBF, not sure what to do here yet. I might take I might just let it ride for right now. But so this originally was, where are we at here? So right now it's worth 0.3978 Ethereum. So a little over a third of an Ethereum. So it's worth about $450. I'm feeling like SHIB is going to pump, right? Like I'm feeling, I've got that SHIB notion. And look at this. Saitama pumped. And look, Saitama has been pumping, by the way, for anybody who was down here dealing with the bullshit. Saitama has been pumping to get back. Not look, I mean, they got a long way to go, but Saitama has been pumping. This is back in October. It was down, and they went through all this, and now here they are slowly making their way back up. So got to hand it to Saitama. They just, when you think it's dead, it comes back up, and people bitch and moan and bitch and moan and bitch and moan. But it doesn't really matter. They just keep doing it. So anyway, so that's it. Lit still has a few moments before it's ready to start pumping. So that's going to take a little bit of time, but I mean, we'll see how that comes. Do you think we will see the bull market come back next year? I think that we're going to see, look, there's going to be opportunities to make money. I'm not sure, the bull market we're going to look back on and we're going to be like, yeah, this is where it started. And I was pretty sure that it was going to be July of this past year. And all the signs were looking like July of 22. And everything about this market just went shitty after that. Like, and it's just been a constant struggle. And every single time we start to make some headway, then you get hit with another, and I hate to say it's so cliched at this point to call it black swan events. but there's no other name for it. Like we're getting hit from left and right with these black swan events, one after the other, almost as if somebody's trying to keep everything down. I wonder what Jamie Dimon that could be. So, I think there's going to be plenty of opportunity to make money. And then I think that we're going to get on a run. I don't know when this run, I don't know how this run ends up playing. Here's what I do know. What I do know is that we're going to make a lot of fucking money. All of us. We're all going to make a lot of money. You just have to have tokens. You just have to be in this market. You just have to be. Look, I'll go down a quick list here, and I'm not even going to get into like regular tokens. Well, you know what? Let's start with regular tokens, and we're not going to do it on here. We're going to do it on CoinMarketCap, just for a goof here. But so listen, the market cap on Bitcoin is 327 billion right now. It was almost $1 trillion, over $1 trillion, not too long ago. So it's going to go back to $1 trillion. So that means it's going to go 3x at least. It's 4x away from its all-time high, which means that the market cap over here was $1.3 trillion at one point. Ethereum was at 4,800. So it was about 4x from where it is right now. So that's a $620 billion market cap. So that's 4x. Let's think about that. It's 4x. But let's go down here to somebody who's just at $1 billion. Huobi. We're gonna do Huobi. Huobi, one of the exchanges, is the 42nd token, and it has $1 billion market cap. But let's go look at Huobi and see where was its market cap. And we're gonna do it by market cap, and we're gonna take it over all time. And at its top, the market cap on Huobi was, where in the shit are we here? I keep moving it right there and missing it. Okay, so at the top, Huobi's market cap was $6.24 billion on trading volume of 2.53 billion per day. Today, its market cap is $1 billion on volume of 11.55 million. I want you to think about that. That's crazy. Like, that is literally crazy. So Huobi, in order to break its all-time high, is going to have to do at least a 6x. Now, in a regular market, could it do a 6x? Well, yeah, it could, because look at where the market is. So, and you go down this list here, and what was the top market cap for Sandbox? Sandbox was a big deal at one point, and you go back, it was in the last year, so close enough. 6 billion market cap for maybe it was a little bit higher. Let's do all time. $6.8 billion market cap on Sandbox. Sandbox market cap today is 916. So 7x from where it is. So just these altcoins are going to go 7x. But the important thing is this. We have a lot of degen plays. Okay, so let's go look at what some of these reasonable tokens have done over time. All right, so here is Kishu. Kishu Inu was one of those crazy Inu tokens that just got on one of those extreme parabolic sort of runs. And let's look at where they are. So right here, where was their all-time high? In April or May, when they launched, their all-time high was 1512. They're at 4152. So they are 70x away from their all-time high. So in order to get there, they got to go 70x. Now, I was in this run here, okay? So we're at 4809, and it went from that to 1043 on that second run up here. Let's get that off the screen there. That was at right there. Yeah, 1054. So how much was that on an increase? Well, it was from here to here. So what's the percentage there? Ooh. Let's get rid of that. Why does that not work very well? That's gross. Let's try that on TradingView and see what happens here. Just for a laugh here. No, it's gonna be this. Let's do a Kishu USDT. Should we do that? Yeah, let's do that. No, because that won't be. Let's do. We're gonna do the wrapped ETH on Uniswap. There we go. So we're gonna do the wrapped ETH on Uniswap, and then we're gonna do it by day chart, and then we'll look here, and then we use our ruler here. So from this bottom to this top up here, what in the shit is going on here? Am I logged out? All right, well, I don't know what's happening. God damn it. All right, so I guess I'm losing my mind here because it used to just tell me right away. But from 44.39, it went up 15x, 15, 16. It went up 16x from here to here. Now, same thing happened with Shiba, 16x, 17x. You know, like all of these things, they go up by these just ridiculous click on price range. God damn it. Did I seriously, like, now I know I'm an idiot because I know. All right, and now we're back in business here. All right, yeah, there we go. All right, and is that right? No, because I'm looking for Kishu. God damn it. And we're looking for a day chart and refresh. So here we are. Yeah, on that second big run up, and let's see if we've got it over here. Price range, there we go. $2,000%, so 21x. So I was wrong. It wasn't 16x. It was 21x. So that's the way that it ran. And, you know, like, I mean, we don't even talk about some of these tokens anymore. But, you know, Sandshoe. And like these are tokens that are, you know, largely dead at this point. You know what I mean? Like these tokens at one point were just big time tokens. And this one, I think, is a version 2, by the way. So, but here to, oops. $700%. Even Sandshoe, while it was like dying on the vine, 700%. So, you know, all of these tokens, they're going to have these huge runs. So it's, I tell you what, man, I do. Cause like all of a sudden, like, I'm like, where the hell did my tool go? Anyway, but now I got to go walk the dog. So, hope you guys had a good evening. This is not financial advice. My name is Believes. I am always right. I don't know what the market looks like. This one's kind of tough. It looks sideways, but I think these Asian markets, like in the next couple of days, we're going to see Asian markets start to open up. And when all this stuff starts to open up, we're going to start feeling like things are better. Then we're going to get data that says that it's not. Then we're going to feel bad, and we're going to bounce around. We're not done yet. Jim Cramer already said that he thinks we're going to avoid a recession. So we're going to a recession for sure, because that's Jim Cramer. So we'll see what happens, but don't lose hope. This market is going to this market is going to have a pump. It's going to have we're going to have some opportunities to make some money. And guys, Lillian is all I'm saying. Lillian's got some shit going on, man. I feel like that's a play. So take that for what you will, and we'll talk again for breakfast.
I'm looking for the good life, sitting on top of the world. I wanna be shining